This is the machine that powers the world. It's an internal combustion engine. And to be more exact, it's a 4.6 liter V8 that gets somewhere around 18 miles per gallon. And with gas prices at what they are today, this engine is helping to make someone very rich. And as bad as I hate to say it, it's definitely not me. Now, try to imagine this, an engine that doesn't require an outside fuel source. You just turn it on and let it run. And the best part, it runs off of something as simple as a permanent magnet. You know, that thingy that you use to stick your grocery list to your refrigerator? Now, it's no secret how a magnet works. Opposite poles attract, while like poles repel. The trick is to use the magnetic fields to create mechanical energy. If you look closely, you'll notice that there's a magnet connected to each piece of wood, and they have alike poles facing outward. So now, when I push one magnet in front of the other, they immediately kick away. Looks pretty simple, right? The thing is, there's a little more to it than just that. You have to find the right alignment of magnets. That way, one group of magnets push another group through their starting position. This creates a process that restarts over and over again. And what do you get? A non-stop continuous cycle that will run until the magnets lose their fields. Now, I know what you're thinking. How long does a magnet last? And the answer to that question is somewhere around 400 years, give or take 100. The point is, the energy source would outlive its owner. Now you remember the engine that's helping to make the oil companies rich, right? Well, there is one part that is of interest here, and that is the alternator. You see, as long as this machine keeps turning, it produces an electrical current. So, why not take this machine and connect it to this machine? Then you would have, depending on its size, a generator that could run anything. And yes, that would even include your house. Could you imagine never paying for electricity again? I could live with that. Could you?
Magnetic motor. This is the basic unit. This is the prototype number 2, and you'll notice that the stators and the rotor are made of high density polypropylene or polyethylene, one of those type of plastics. You'll notice the frame, which is quite large in this particular unit, but this has been changed. The new unit has electronic speed control. That is the speed control that you can see now, the top of the screen, and that has been changed to electronic. The unit was big and bulky because of the forces of the magnet going down into the rotor assembly, into the magnetic housing. You'll notice the magnet is sitting inside there, locked with the nylon pin, and also a groove in front of the magnet. That is for the new shielding that will be inserted, which we are currently waiting for. Here are the 3 rotors. You'll notice that they're offset. This allows the motor to run. If they were placed equally, the motor would not turn. The rotor now is starting up. You'll see as the cams go in, the motor starts to rotate. The motor going up to speed. Obviously, the closer the stators come to the main rotor, the more powerful it becomes. The speed control would govern this by allowing the motor to remain at a constant speed, especially with the new electronic speed control. The motor would stay at a set RPM. As the alternator load came on, as current was drawn from the alternator, the stators would go in toward the rotor, and as the power came off, as you see now, the stators would come apart. We're now slowing down the motor, and it will come to rest. Currently the speed control is being done manually. That's why you'll see the stators shaking a little bit as we as I turn the handle to increase or decrease speed. We're running the unit at about 3,500 RPM at this stage. I'm a little bit concerned about the nylon magnet stays. I don't know how much pressure they will actually withstand. Picking up the camera and walking around the unit to show you it's not connected to anything. This is the drive side. This was where the alternator would couple to normally. You see it seesawing back and forth. That is as it's resting on the magnetic field.